Well, what's up, guys? And today I'm doing my Premier League prediction. So usually I just post these on Instagram for the last 2 years, but I just had a lot to say. I'm pretty excited to talk about football this season. This I might do more videos on this. I'm not that bothered about growing a football channel. It's just really fun to do your Prem predictions. Look back next year, and if you get so many right, you are a boss. If I get 7, 8, 9 right, you're an absolute boss. If you flunk it like I did last year, and I got 0 last year, oh my god. Man, that was so embarrassing. I'm so much better than that. But my god, the Premier League's a hard thing to predict. Let's get my Premier League predictions. Leave your predictions down below. If anyone doesn't know me, I'm a huge Man United fan. I started following Man United because around 10, 11, I never liked football. I wasn't even into football. Didn't even play football. I saw Man United play and I got hooked on football. And I owe Man United my life and I'm going to support them. Didn't have a good season last year. A lot of rage. A lot of stuff was broken. Smashed my phone to pieces. Smashed classes. Smashed everything last year in rage about United. Don't know why I care so much about a football club, but can't stop caring. So anyway, that's me, but let's get into these Prem predictions. You can all laugh at me, you can all say your predictions, but they're predictions. It's impossible to tell who's going to get injured, if players are going to sign. It's really annoying because loads of players haven't actually signed, like De Jong to United, I think will happen. But if we don't get De Jong, it's a huge... Our season is changing if we get him and if we don't. So hard to predict now. I wish transfer window would end when the season starts. It makes so much more sense. But anyway, so I'm on here as you can see up on screen, and I'm going to make a Premier League table. You can drop your teams in here, and I'm going to start from 20th up. I'm not going to give you the first place yet. You have to wait to the end of the video to find that. My 20th place. I have a sheet of paper here so I can remember everything. So, my 20th place, I'm putting Bournemouth. And Bournemouth were in the Premier League for 5 or 6 years before this, and I like Bournemouth. They're a good, well-run club, but man, they've made no signings. Absolutely zilch signings. They signed that guy Tavernier, but he's the B-Tech Tavernier. The real Tavernier is at Rangers, so they got the B-Tech Tavernier. They got no one. You come up, and they're looking for Dominic Solanke to score them goals to stay up. No, get gone. They're 20th place. Not much more I can say about them. They're definitely gone. Now, my 19th place may surprise some of you. I'm going with Leeds. A lot of people don't think Leeds will go down. A lot of people are saying, oh, Leeds are going to stay up. But man, Leeds will not stay up this season. Leeds have made so many signs, and I've looked into all their signs. They signed a lot of American players because their manager's American, but they're no good. They let go of Phillips. They let go of Rafinha to Barcelona, and they haven't got in good replacement. They got a load of different players. They got that Tyler Adams who looks okay, but I really just don't see. I see Bamford not having a good season. Bamford won't get you the goals. He was lucky in his first year, Bamford. I don't see him coming good and getting you the goals. I just don't see where the goals are coming, so they're going down. I can't see Leeds staying up. I could be wrong, but I just don't have any faith in Jesse Marsch as a manager. I think he will get sacked during the season, so I have no faith in them. And then my 17th, who else will go down? Who else get relegated? This may surprise a lot. He's 18th, Everton. I'm thinking Everton will get relegated. Why do I say Everton now? You might be all shocked, but last year Everton were shocking. Man, they were crap. And I really expected the Everton board to go out and sign some pretty decent players to keep them up. And what have they done? They've let go of their best player, Richarlison. They've signed free from Burnley with Tarkowski. And then they've got in that crap player from Burnley as well. Got no goals last season. He's a winger. I put his picture up, I can't think of his name, but they haven't signed anyone good to keep them up. And Calvert-Lewin's on the down. He looks like he doesn't care about the club anymore. He can't score the goals. Their midfield, Allen's getting weaker and weaker each year. I heard just again a Gay's coming back, but he's finished. He's 33 years old and he's nowhere near Premier League level anymore. He's crap. That's why PSG are getting rid of him. Overall, Everton, you have signed some really good players if they want to stay up, but they haven't. Everton, bye-bye. Hopefully they're going down. I gotta get prediction right. Now, 17, just staying up. You'd be all pretty shocked by this. Like, why did I not put Fulham? Fulham are the biggest yo-yo club. They come up, they come down. But I think this is the year Fulham will stay up. They haven't went crazy in the market. They haven't went down and did what they did last time, bought 11 players in. They messed up their squad and they couldn't fit them all in. They've done pretty good, Fulham. And I think Mitrovic, after his, what did he get last season? 42 goals. He will just about, he won't be, obviously he won't get 42 goals, but he'll just about keep them up, Mitrovic. That's what I think. I think it'll be close. Fulham and Everton will be in a relegation battle. Sorry, Everton fans. Sorry, Fulham fans. He will be in a bad relegation battle, but I think they'll just stay up, Fulham. Another team I predict have a big drop off this season is Crystal Palace. I don't know. Everyone was going mad about Patrick Vieira being this crazy good manager. He's one of the best midfielders we've ever seen. But is he a great manager? I really don't think so. He got lucky and got that Gallagher guy off Chelsea last season. He was a beast. He's going to be great for Chelsea this year. But overall, I see that they lost Gallagher. They've replaced him with Morgan Gibbs White, I think. But overall, they just don't look that impressive. I don't think Zaha, will Zaha get his move? I heard Jose wants him at Roma. That would be a good sign for Roma. Roma should really do that and get Zaha in. If Zaha leaves, they're effect. They've got some good players like Eze and Olise in the wing, but they're inconsistent and they have some good games, but they have some really bad games. I think Palace, you really will struggle this season. They don't have a top striker. They have Edouard and Benteke, but none of them are 15 goals a season that you need to stay up. So they will stay up, I think, but just about. Next team coming in the list is Brentford. Brentford will have a drop off this season, obviously, because Brentford were on course to be relegated last season. I think Brentford would have went down if Ericsson hadn't come in. Thank God we got Ericsson. I'll talk about that later. But Brentford would have went down last season if they hadn't got Ericsson, because Ivan Toney is a great striker, but they don't have anyone to service him. I think Ivan Toney is quality. I wouldn't take him at United like Links, but he's a good quality striker who will get you goals if they had a good player to bring in. I don't know. Brentford, I've looked at their signs. They haven't signed anyone too impressive. I still think they will stay up because Ivan Toney is brilliant. I rate Ivan Toney a lot. He's class. He should keep them up. But just about stay up, I think, Brentford. They could be dragged into a relegation battle, and they could go down to Everton. I wouldn't be too surprised. Ericsson's a huge loss for them. They're not staying with them, but just about. Now, next team that I think won't be as good as last season. Last season, they're really good, is Brighton. I'm going to put Brighton in 14th, because Brighton, they sold all their best players. They're going to lose Cucurella, who's a brilliant player. I think Chelsea are in for him now. I thought he was going to City, but Chelsea are in. And they sold the best midfielder, Basuma. And I haven't seen, have they got a midfielder in? I looked up before this and couldn't see what midfield they got in to replace Basuma. So I think Brighton have a real job. Basuma is a quality player. Tottenham got a great player there. Brilliant. For some people, don't seem to rate Basuma, but I think he's a brilliant midfielder. He was a powerhouse in midfield. Be a big loss. And they don't have a striker. They have that guy, Mopé, shithouse player, but he doesn't score you enough goals. He can get a header here and there, but he doesn't score you the goals. I think Brighton could be dragging to the relegation battle. There's going to be a lot of teams in this relegation battle. I don't think there'll be much points separating Everton and Brighton. I think there'll be a few points separating. The relegation battle will be exciting next season. Mark my word. Now, 13th place, I think there will be a gap between 14 and 13. In my opinion, 13th place in Nottingham Forest. You might be all shocked. Why do I think they'll stay up? Well, I have to say Jesse Lingard. I'm sorry, but people might say Jesse Lingard, he's a TikTok dancer. He's a quality. He's not United quality, but for a 12th, 11th, 10th place team, he will get you the goals. He will get you the assists. He will keep you up. They made some other great signs. They've signed 2 players from Huddersfield. I heard that. And they've made some pretty good signs. They signed a striker from the Bundesliga. I don't know all their signs, but they made some pretty good signs. But Lingard, he's too good to get relegated. People say Lingard's not good enough, and I think he could get back in the England squad in this team. Lingard is quality. He's not United quality, he's not Chelsea quality, but for Nottingham Forest, he will shine in that team, and they'll definitely stay up with him. I know he's on 200 grand a week. He's not worth that at all, but he'll definitely keep them up, I think. I'd be pretty shocked if Nottingham Forest go down. They made some good business, and I'm pretty excited to see how they do. And they might get James Garner back on loan, but I hope he stays at United. My next team is Southampton. So Southampton are a team that I always say Southampton, this year they're going down, this year they're going down, this year they're going down, and they never go down. If they go down this year, last year had them in relegation zone, they were nowhere near it. Every year their defence looks dodgy, they don't look that good. You think next season they'll fall apart, they'll go down. But they always just scrape out wins here and there. They've kept on to James Ward-Prowse, the best free kick taker, the best corner taker in the world. He whips a daily free kick in. They get about 10 free kick goals a season because of him. And his free kicks alone can keep them up. They've made some shrewd business in the transfer market. They've got that Bassi guy from Rangers, a really good player. And I think they will just stay up. So, moving on to my 11th place is Leicester. Now, Leicester is a weird one because Leicester, what have they done? Leicester did not have a good season last year. Leicester, in my opinion, were not good. I did not rate Leicester at all. They were crap. And they haven't went out and bought anyone. Vardy's getting old. Maddison is good, but maybe Spurs want him, but I don't think he'll leave. But overall, they need to invest. It's so annoying because Leicester could go higher. They could go into Europa League place if they invest a little bit in the squad. Because I think Brendan Rodgers is a good manager, but they need a new striker because Daka is inconsistent. Vardy's getting old. Can he get you the 20 goals needed again? I don't think so. And their defence is getting weaker. Johnny Evans getting old. Fofana might go to Chelsea, but I don't know about that. So they are getting weaker. And Tielemans, will he go to Arsenal eventually? Will he go to United when we don't get De Jong? Who knows? It looks like a lot of their players will leave. And who will they get in? It's very late to start getting in players for Leicester. They should have signed players by now. They've got no players in. It's very weird. you would imagine Leicester came first last season and they're happy with their squad. They didn't. They had a crap year and they haven't bought anyone. So very odd. Can't say much about Leicester, but now 10th is Wolves. Now banking on Wolves to come 10th if to keep Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves is a baller that I want at United so badly. I take Ruben Neves every day of the week at United. He's a baller in midfield. With Ruben Neves, you will get points, you will get goals, you will get assists. It's not just him. They got Adama Traore back, who was good at Barca. I thought Barca should buy him. They went out and got Rafinha, but maybe Rafinha's a bit of an upgrade, I guess. But I think Adama is better than Ferran Torres, but that's for another day anyway. But overall, I think they will come mid-table. It won't be the best season for Wolves. It won't be the worst season. They always come mid-table. They've got a solid defence. They don't concede many goals, and they're decent enough. 9th place, Aston Villa. I do like what Steven Gerrard is doing at Aston Villa. I must say, I am pretty impressed with how Gerrard's working at Aston Villa. He's got some really good signings in. Carlos from Sevilla at centre-back. And he kept Coutinho, and they've got Ings up front with Ollie Watkins. And they are a decent enough team. They've got a decent squad going there. That Jacob Ramsey guy in midfield, he's one to watch this season. He is a baller in midfield. So I do think they'll do well. Gerrard's actually looking like a good manager. One of the best, a lot better than Lampard. I don't rate Lampard as a manager, but Gerrard's looking good as a manager. We'll see this season, but I think they could even push for the Europa League places. That'll be their aim, but I think they'll just miss out in the Europa League, but they'll have a good season. Then 8th place, West Ham. Now, I was going to put West Ham lower because I don't like West Ham's business this season. Overall, they've done well to keep Declan Rice, and it looks like next season he might go to Chelsea, but for this season he won't go to Chelsea. So they got him for one more year, and they've got that guy in from Italy, Scamacca, and I don't. You'll see it later when I do something else, but I don't think Scamacca will be all that good. I think they were in for Broja from Chelsea. I think that was the striker they should have got. Broja is a brilliant striker. Scamacca, coming from the Italian league. Players from the Italian League never seem to work in England. We saw Lukaku when he came from the Italian League. Just Italian League players just don't work in England usually. There's very few exceptions. You can tell me some exceptions where Italian League players come in and boss the Prem, but it doesn't usually happen. I don't think their big money signing will work, and they need a striker. That was their weak point last season. And I just see West Ham squad stagnating and not getting any better, not improving. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I just don't see them. But still, a 9th place finish for West Ham wouldn't be bad. Or 8th place I have them in. 8th place wouldn't be bad for West Ham. Should put them down here, 8th, yeah. So 7th place I'll have Newcastle. I'm very surprised with Newcastle because they got the richest owners in the world. We all know about the story of getting them all the owners last year, but they haven't went out and splashed the cash. Maybe that's the way to go. Don't go out that they could have went out and put a huge bid in for Neymar this summer and got some crazy players in, but they've done it pretty sensible. They've got Sven Botman, a really good centre-back in that I do rate, but they haven't got their striker. Callum Wilson is good, but Callum Wilson always picks up an injury every season, and their backup strikers aren't good enough, so they need a striker in there, because Callum Wilson, he's good, and I actually pretty rate Callum Wilson, but he doesn't stay fit enough to give you whole season. Bruno Guimaraes is one to watch this season. He is a baller. He could even be better than Bruno Fernandes. I don't like saying that. Bruno Guimaraes is a baller in midfield for Newcastle, and overall they've got some good players, but I just don't see them pushing for like the Champions League yet. In a few seasons, maybe when they start buying all the big players, like I thought maybe they could go for Eden Hazard this summer or someone, or Gareth Bale should have been a player there after. I don't know why he went to the MLS. Newcastle would have been perfect for Gareth Bale. I'm not sure why he went to the MLS, but he did. Anyway, Newcastle need to make a few more signs and want to push, but 7th will be a pretty good season. Now, the top 6 is anyone's game this season, but I'm going to make a really bold prediction and say Chelsea in 6th. I think Chelsea will have a shocker. I think Thomas Tuchel will be sacked. Todd Bowley will take no mess and sack Thomas Tuchel. I just don't like their squad. I think they should have kept Romelu Lukaku. They spent so much money on Lukaku, and while he wasn't great, I still think he could have came good. Like at the end of last season, I remember a goal against Leeds. He got a brilliant finish. He was coming good at the end of last season. They should have stuck with him, because what other option do they have? They're not getting Ronaldo. We're keeping him. They've no other striker. They're not play Havertz up front. They're not going to play Werner. Like, just keep Lukaku and try and make him work. If they had a big replacement ready, if they had Lewandowski ready to come in, I'd be like, okay, you're getting Lewandowski, but he went to Barca. They didn't have a replacement, so why are they in such a rush to get Lukaku out? There must be something going on in the back, because I don't get that. Then they wanted Rafinha. They didn't get him. Centre back, they wanted Koundé. They didn't get Koundé. They might get Guardiola from Leipzig, but he's nowhere near Koundé's level. They sold Azpilicueta will probably go. Rudiger's gone. Koulibaly came in, but I don't know. Koulibaly will be a good centre back. He's pretty elite, but and Raheem Sterling came in up front, and I think that's a great styling. But overall, I just see Chelsea dropping off this season. Kante's getting older. Jorginho's getting older. Midfield's getting weaker. The players getting older. And their squad's getting older. They should have kept Lukaku. I think Lukaku could have worked. Sterling putting balls into Lukaku could have been dangerous. I don't know why there's such a rush to get rid of him. And for a loan fee of 9 million, it just baffles me. I thought that was a weird decision. But anyway, 6th place I go Chelsea. Now, it was a real toss-up between 5th and 4th. I wanted to put United 4th, United 5th. It all depends if United can get Frankie de Jong. If we get Frankie de Jong, we're bang on top 4, and we should probably win the Europa League, maybe an FA Cup, and it's a big season. Are we getting Frankie de Jong? Who knows? Every day I wake up and say, please just sign us Frankie de Jong. He's the perfect midfielder. Because looking back last season, I'm going to go and talk about United. Looking back last season at United, oh, it was a raging fest season. But my problem was our right back. We had no right back to get up and down the pitch. Dallow's okay. Wan-Bissaka's okay. But they're not good enough. We didn't get a right back. What are we going to do? We got a left back. We didn't even need a left back. We had Luke Shaw and Telles who are good, I think. We didn't need a left back. We needed a right back. We needed a CDM. What do we go? We get Ericsson. We don't need another attacking midfielder. We need a CDM. No, we get attacking midfielder for you. Ericsson I like, but we didn't need that. A centre-back, I don't think we needed a centre-back. I think we need to play Eric Bailly more and give him confidence. I think we needed this summer. We needed a striker. We needed a CDM and we needed a right back. We got none of them. We went for different players, which I know the manager knows, but I just don't think we've bought in the right positions. And I'm going to go on a limb. I said I'm going to go and say United 5th. But I am hopeful. You see at the end of the video, I still don't think this will be a bad season. If Frankie de Jong comes in, it all changes. If de Jong comes in, I'm putting us 4th. But for now, I'm just fed up with the de Jong deal. I see us going for like a backup player, maybe Tielemans or someone who's not as good as de Jong, and that'll just get us 5th. But if de Jong comes in, we get top 4. Now, 4th place, I'm going Arsenal. Arsenal, I like your business this season. I really like your business. You've got in Gabriel Jesus, a brilliant striker, probably the best striker they've had since Van Persie. I know Aubameyang was there, but Gabriel Jesus, I think he'll be better than Aubameyang. And Aubameyang was class for Arsenal, but I think Gabriel Jesus is a great sign. Zinchenko, really underrated player, can play midfield and left back, so very versatile and very skillful on the ball, Zinchenko. And they got that guy Fabio Vieira. I think Arsenal will be good. Arteta, I don't really rate his man. If you had a better manager, I think you could push for the league title this season, seriously. But Arteta just can't get his tactics right in big games, and I just think he lets them down a bit. I think if you had a better manager, you do have a pretty good squad. It's maybe a little bit young this season. When the squad gets a bit more mature, maybe next season you will go for a title push. But this season just a little bit far. But top 4 would be brilliant for Arsenal. Now, who am I predicting 3rd? You might all laugh at me here, but I'm going 3rd place, Manchester City. I think Manchester City will fall off this season, and hear me out here. They bought in Erling Haaland, who I don't think will smash in the goals. People are like he's going to get 30, 40 goals. I really don't see it. When players come from the Bundesliga, like Sancho, any players who come from the Bundesliga, they usually take a while because the Bundesliga is so... It's not that it's less competitive or not that it's worse quality. It's just not as physical as the Premier League. They're not up to the demands, and players like Sancho this season will be Sancho's year. But it usually does take a year for players to get going in the league. I think it could take Haaland a year. He get 15 goals a season, but I don't see him being a phenomenal crazy striker that wins in the league. I see that maybe next year, but I don't think he'll come in and score all the goals straight away, so I think he could lag it. And Bernardo Silva could leave. That'd be a huge loss. Sterling's already gone. Jesus already gone. That guy who came in from Argentina, put his name up here, put a picture of him up here, but yeah, he looks good, but overall, Alvaro, is it, or some from Argentina, but yeah, I just think Man City will drop off. You can laugh at me in the comments, but their squad's getting a bit older. They did buy Calvin Phillips, but he's a bit of a waste, he won't play much, and I don't think Erling Haaland will be that big of a success. Now, who am I going for 2nd place? Am I going to go mad and say Spurs to win the league? No, Spurs 2nd. But I think, now hear me out, I think Spurs have a real title fight. Conte, to me, is the best manager in the world. There's no one like him. You can say Klopp. I think Conte is elite, man. He wins trophies everywhere he goes. He sets up his team 5 at the back, and the passion he gives to clubs, he's elite. Son and Kane are brilliant. Son is not talked about enough. How he hasn't been linked to Barcelona, Real Madrid, all the big clubs in the world. He's a baller, man. I think Son will be amazing this season. Harry Kane will be amazing this season. Spurs made some great signs. They got Richarlison, who I don't rate a lot, but he's good. He can play left wing, right wing, and striker. They got in Basuma, who's a brilliant midfielder. Longley at the back is a bit tragic, and they got Jed Spencer as well, brilliant midfielder. I just think Tottenham made some great business. They got a brilliant manager. They kept hold of Harry Kane and Son. They'll have a real title push. And it pains me to say it, but who's going to win the league but Liverpool? I watched Charity Shield. Doesn't tell me a lot, but Liverpool are on it this season. Darwin Núñez, I really wanted at United. I think he'll be a success. It's weird, but players from the Portuguese league seem to come in and hit the ground running, like Bruno Fernandes and Ruben Diaz. They all come in and seem to get going, but the Bundesliga players seem to take a while to get going. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel this season. I think Darwin Núñez will be great. Losing Mane was a big loss. In my opinion, I would have sold Salah and kept Mane. I think Mane was a better player. Salah gets you the goals, but what Mane does off the ball and what he does on the ball, it's just underrated, man. He's going to be great for Bayern, but they did well replacing Mane. They got Diaz in, they got Carvalho in. I think Liverpool will be well up for this. Their squad isn't too old this season. They're the right age to go for it. They got great centre backs. I just think Liverpool should win the league. They've got every department they're strong in, and yeah, I think Liverpool are going to win the league. That's my predictions. So I've got 1 Liverpool, 2 Spurs, 3 Man City, 4 Arsenal, 5 United, 6 Chelsea, 7 Newcastle, 8 West Ham, 9 Villa, 10 Wolves, 11 Leicester, 12 Southampton, 13 Forest, 14 Brighton, 15th 15 Brentford, 16 Palace, 17th 17th I'm going Fulham, 18th Everton, 19th Leeds, and 20th Bournemouth. That's my predictions, guys. So there is a bit more to round up. I'm going to do my top scorer. My top scorer in the league, I think, will be Harry Kane. He's going to be matched closely by, if Ronaldo stays. I think Ronaldo will bag the goals this season, but I think Harry Kane and Son will be too lethal. They already have Perisic coming in now. He'll whip a good cross in. They have Kulusevski. I think he'll be good. The assists now, I'm going out and saying Jadon Sancho to be the top assister. It's Jadon Sancho's year to bang it. And I think if we get De Jong, we could get top 4, but at the moment we don't have him. So I'm going on the basis of what we have at the moment. If we get De Jong, then top 4, I have said. But Jadon Sancho to be the top assister in the league. Am I crazy? Am I mad? It'll probably be Salah or De Bruyne. But I'm going to go and say Jadon Sancho is going to have a breakout season this year. He's going to be a beast, Jadon Sancho. And he's going to whip in balls to Ronaldo, whip in balls to Martial, and we'll get the goals. Now, player of the season, I'm going to go Heung-min Son. He's just a baller, man. He probably should have won it last year. I think he was incredible. And this season, I think he'll be player of the season. Young player of the season was a toss-up. I'm going to go Saka. I had Aaron Hickey, a great player. I didn't talk about him. Great player that Brentford signed. A great fullback from Bologna in Italy. Great player they signed. He could be a contender for young player of the season. But I think Saka will have another great year and get young player of the year. Golden Glove, I'll give Alisson. If I'm saying Liverpool win the league, then they must keep clean sheets. So I'm going to say Alisson. One to watch, I'm actually going for Aaron Hickey. A brilliant fullback. And not many people have heard of him because he played in Bologna in Italy for a while, but he's a brilliant fullback and one to watch this season. And the biggest flop in the whole league, I'm going to go for Scamacca of West Ham. They spent 40 million on him, and West Ham always have striker problems, and this won't be any different. He's not a top striker. They should have went for Broja, or they could have went in for any other striker, but I just don't think Scamacca's the player. He doesn't even start for Italy, and when he does, he looks clumsy for Italy. I've seen him play before, and he's a bit of a clumsy striker who can get you some goals, but I just don't think he'll be the player to get you, bag them the goals. I think he'll be a big flop, and a huge big flop. Now, I'm going to get into the... Who do I think will win the Cups this season? The FA Cup, I'll go with Spurs. I think Spurs will finally, after years, they'll finally get a trophy. Conte's elite. He wins stuff, man. He just does win stuff. He'll win stuff. And for the EFL Cup, I'm going to go out on a limb and say United. So hear me out here. I don't think Man United will be a great Premier League team this year, but I think because of our counter-attacking and because our good in one-off games, I think we could be a cup team. I'm saying we're going to win the Europa League and the EFL Cup. Well, Arsenal, you can take top 4. Arsenal have top 4, get Champions League that way. We're getting the Europa League and we're getting the EFL Cup. I think we're going to be a cup team this season. We mightn't be the best in the league. Might lose some games in the league, but I think this is our year to be a cup team. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel confident in the cups this season. I'm kind of writing off the league this season. Not really, but I'm like, we can win the Europa League and get the top 4 and get Champions League anyway. So it'll be more exciting. But anyway, that's for another day to say. So, to round this up, I'm going to do my other European predictions just because I'm not going to make a separate video on it. To win in La Liga, I think Barcelona. They just signed everybody, haven't they? The UCL has to be Barcelona. They've signed everyone. Serie A, I'm going to say Jose will win it with Roma. Jose will finally win the Serie A with Roma. It'll be an exciting season. Dybala's in there. Watch out for Roma. Roma v United in the Europa League final with Ronaldo scoring the winner. That's my prediction. That'll be insane. Jose come back plays in the Europa League final and Ronaldo last minute bullet header and we win it. And don't tell me Ronaldo won't celebrate a Europa League win. Man, he will. League 1 PSG and Bundesliga Bayern. Mane could even get more goals than Lewandowski. He's going to be insane. So, there's my Prem predictions. That was a long ass video. I'm tired of speaking for that long. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I don't rage so much about United this year. Please let us get Frankie de Jong in. And it could be an amazing season. Win the Europa League, EFL Cup, get top 4. Could be a great season this year. Spurs are going to be exciting to watch. It's going to be a really exciting season. I'm going to 2 United games this year and maybe go to a third. If we get deep in the Europa League, I'll probably go to a semi or quarter final of that as well. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. Peace out. Maybe more videos on this channel. If you like this video, I'll put more up. But it's just a tester video. I had so much to say about this season that I couldn't do it quickly. So goodbye. If you want to laugh at these predictions, you can. But that's what I think.